Hello, Rebel GMAN 3B. This is your week 12 recap, the penultimate week, and I'm Rob Top, and I'm here as always with the magical maestro, the genius himself, Matt Cavelian.
That's right. Hello, the Prince of Editing. I should have alliterated that. I'll do better next week, probably. Good week.
Yes, I've lost again.
Oh no!
I'm down in the dark depths of 3C, and it's not looking good.
We were just discussing before we came on air that you got to coach cool it, man. You got to coach cool your way out.
Yeah, that's it. I'm playing somebody that's fighting for playoffs, and I just let everyone know that I'm still gonna battle it out and try my best. I'm not just gonna chuck the game in and just give him 3 points. He's gonna have to earn them.
Yeah, I also.
How about yourself? Is it going good or bad?
No, I didn't lose anyone, which is the main thing at this point in the season. Really, I'm pretty much out of contention, but I leveled up one of my bull centaurs. That's nice. Anyway, I tell you what, people aren't just.
Well, I was going to say, looking at last week's league table, it's going to be an important week this week.
It is an important week. It's extremely, extremely close, and I wonder if it will still be this close. We'll get to the end of the matches, and with no further ado.
Well, I've got next week off work, so I'm going to be able to put in a little bit of time on some of these games, and hopefully they're worth watching.
Indeed. Well, this was the state of things end of last week. We will go through this week's matches, and we'll see where we're at for this exciting final week, or this current week is the penultimate one. So let's see what we did. First off, we're going to be going through the Tasty Tunes versus the Warriors of Coney Island. We have a pretty equal match. Tasty Tunes with 1750, the Warriors with 1710. Warriors also getting the +1 fame. So let's have a quick look at how that went. As you can see, the Underworld getting the kick, and the Warriors once again getting the reroll. So that fame helping out for them. As you can see, they are pushing down the flank, as we so often see. But as the Underworld takes some damage elsewise in order to get an early injury on Ajax, as you can see, we have a nice, lovely bit of clearing here, taking out pitch to be safe to move the ball into, and taking out Nan Ryan. Not the most experienced Goblin in the team. We know that's somebody else, but they will sorely be missed. And as we can see, we continue to have this sideline push, although their additional speed, the Underworld have been able to get around and have a partial Columns defense. However, it was only partial, and with that diagonal piece of marking, there is now a route through from that one downed blitz. As you can see, we're going to have the just basically making a lovely, lovely corridor. Very difficult to kind of get around, although you can get a bit of a roadblock, but it would be quite,
Not like that.
you can try and do that, but one crate beyond, it was one crate beyond them to try and make that uphill block. Straight.
Is he surfing before he scores?
Let's see. As you can see, we do get the push. And that, as you quite rightly spotted, a nice revealed surf there.
Had to be done.
Had to be done. Getting in. Blitz. Taking as much damage as they can. SPP and the potential for injury is obviously going to help in the next half. And that KO, well, 50-50. Yeah, potentially a good situation. Or, well, actually not because of the additional thing, but you get what I mean. Anyway, as I'm sure you can imagine, this is generally how this finished off.
Yeah, get a load of hits in before you score.
Absolutely. And just run down through. Punt that down. His little head loves to see it. We have now turn 8 for the Tunes, and they are going to go for the one turn. Let's see how it pans out for them. Team it goes.
Oh.
Boof.
Oh.
Just immediately spikes him straight on the ground, right in front of him. And that's an unfortunate.
Have you ever seen a troll eat a goblin?
No,
I haven't.
Well, just before we move into that, big pitch invasion as we start the second half. Very difficult to kind of play around that. There's very few moves actually the Underworld could make, so he more or less comes straight into the counter-offensive from the Chaos, and they're able to bash down, fishing for pals, got it, and gets the injury just to knock down the pretty much only player up on that side of the pitch. Underworld able to pick themselves up in response, damage themselves, killing Mercy. The block tackle Beastman, which is actually it's painful. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. Ow! And Ash down again. Underworld putting a big, beefy fist, attempting to at least, on this drive. As you can see, they attempted to juke around, but the Horns gets that extra strength, and the Beastmen are able to get around the back for the supposed defended position, but alas no, they were able to get through for a stun, and those two Who's piling in the top did not help at all. However, not a terrible bounce for the Underworld. So, as you can see, we can get there. Pushing down. And let's see if we can have any more Underworld goodness. Sure hands is good. Dodge is good. We can move up, go for the pass, thunk straight out of the thrower, and all the way down the pitch.
Turn 13. Is it going to go for the win or stick with a draw?
An unfortunate skull there stops them from trying to counter score the Chaos in that sense, and so we get another interesting situation where, well, let's just give him a bit of a cuddle and then run it in, perhaps thinking better of it, going straight for it. And yeah, we do get round again, and with the Horns we do go pow fishing and are able to get we're able to get round and free up that ball again. So not only do they go for the quick score, they are all in for trying to go for the counter score as well. They are able to get through, get the ball. And
wow! Oh, it's a oh wow! Can he do it? Oh! Oh no!
Gutted. Absolutely gutted.
This game, man, I tell you.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was happening in this game, and that's basically where we leave things off. Or is it? As we do get another potential, as they're able to recover the ball, there is a Chaos Warrior in scoring range. Is it good? It is not. But there you go.
I thought he was going to score then. That would have been so bad.
It would. It would. It must have been gutting to lose out on that touchdown. The tripwire in full effect. In terms of level ups, the Warriors had one, but we'll look at the Taste of Tunes first. As you can see, Misery Biscuits unfortunately lost there. Actually, that's not true. Sorry, Misery Biscuits is still there. It is Song Stew who is injured. And I think there was another death as well. Nan Rayan. Yeah, Nan Rayan part of the way up. Which is sad, actually, because I should bring attention, because Nan Rayan was in fact the most developed goblin on this team. Wrestle and 2 heads. That's actually quite a painful loss there. So I should have separated that out and not done my usual I don't care about lining up the goblins moves. So effing chat. Look, you will do the same if you're in my position. Don't worry about it. But yeah, a big F in chat for Nan Rayan. You will be missed, I'm sure, on this team. No level ups, however, for the Tasty Tunes. For the Warriors, we once again, I think we had. Ash was lost, but I think potentially rehired straight afterwards. A different Ash, because the Warriors of Coney Island do keep the same naming scheme. Named as they are after that famed gang, an excellent film and a sort of okay video game. But what in terms of the I'll tell you who you care about. What you care about is Rhino. Rhino is the Beastman that leveled up and was a killer and got a double and has taken jump up. So we now have Rhino online as your mighty blow, claw, block, jump up piece. Obviously, getting that double before the piling on, that makes sense to me.
Tackle to complete the set, isn't it?
Tackle to complete the set, so 2 more, but Rhino certainly looking forward to charging through the next set of opponents. But that is for next week, and this week we just saw, you saw the next match.
Yeah, Altdorf Aquabata against Umwelt. So Aquabata 1940 and Umwelt it was 1140. So there was 800 to spend. Well, not quite because they had 2 loners. So they took Roxanna, Zara, and a wizard. Let's see how they go. So nice high kick there for Altdorf. And Coach Cool is in form, as we know. His magical bear has been saving the day. Oh, and I just slightly missed the wizard there. But,
when it starts coming down, we can see where it was.
And can Mazons make good of this because they've got quite a lot of agility in this area as well. So I would have said that they can get the ball and maybe blitz off a catcher here.
They've got lead passes as well.
Yeah. Nice play, good timing for the wizard. Took out a good and the KO in the blitz. Times are good for the Amazons. This is the bottom of the table clash as well between these two. So fighting for what are they fighting for? They're fighting for
pride. They're fighting for experience.
And nicely pays off. And you're dealing with a wrestling tackle football. So lose it again quite quickly. And this is turn 6, so they've ended up running right down the pitch and having like a quite controlled drive. Until they lose the ball again. So this is a case of, do you pick it up with the bear just for a laugh? Or do you do the sensible thing and try to pick up with some experience? So the Amazons have blitz, so they can't throw the ball. They do manage to case it a little bit. And Roxanna's edge 5.
Doesn't help with those dice.
So 0-0 at half time. And good play from the Amazons, good use of the wizard and good stuff on that score. That was really well played. Well, let's do anything. Strength 2 against strength 3. And they get just a nice drive basically. They get the ball. The Amazons flood in with quite a few people here, like Roxanna and Zara and this Edge 4 girl. If I was Coach Cool, I'd be scoring after this blitz. Let's see if he does.
Doesn't even care how the yard is.
So can Mazons equalise? As you can see, they're a little bit under pressure with 2 turns to go. Lona doing her thing. Hand it off to star player Roxanna. And surely she can get into scoring range. Don't throw it. Oh, okay. Yeah, just go get screened off then. And let's hope. But it wasn't that good a screen really.
Oh, that's. Ooh, real bad.
Yeah, tackle as well.
Yeah. Well, with everything basically.
Yeah. So. Unfortunately, they couldn't equalise, and another good win for Altdorf Aquabata. No level ups for either side, and no real damage done either.
Yeah, Altdorf Aquabata looking pretty much the way they did before. Moving strongly into the last game of the season. Umwelt, the same. Obviously, less people around, a smaller footprint, as it were, but still in a very strong position, as you pointed out. A lot of agility. Nice little bit of movement. Still a very strong Amazon team.
Yeah.
Next up is, well, I tried to cut the clips down for this, but I failed. So here we go. We start off here with the kick from the High Elves, and bam, immediately straight into a blitz. That is incredibly good for them to get. Even though the ball is quite far back, it doesn't really matter because these elves really have a lot of movement. Tackle on... I think that was tackle on the troll, even though it's Morg. Oh yeah, I should have said Supremacy. It was 2170 versus 1380 coming to this match, so much. It's a Wizard Stadium, but Gob took Morg, Ripper, they have +1 fame, they got 2 bribes, everything, basically. And as you can see, we're still in the blitz. So technically I'm okay. We haven't started the match, so it was before the start of the match. Yeah, they were able to get through and get very close to the ball. The Goblins were able to recover it from that position, luckily for them. And as you can see, they were able to do their usual pogo-style drive down the side of the pitch. But as we've seen before, strip ball on a powerful piece was able to free the ball up here. Going in and attempting to pick it up is the High Elf way. And they do not manage it this time, shockingly. And the ball bounces here, there, and everywhere. It sort of went with the grab there, but we do get a relatively good bounce again for those Goblins. As we go in, we start off with an immediate block from the Trolls, which is double skulls, loner, bam. Oh, that is not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. So the High Elves are now in a pretty good position. They do, unfortunately, try and dodge rounds to get to it through Morg. That is another pretty early on turnovers.
Two 1 in 9s he's had there.
Bang. And so now it's time for the big boys to get involved. Mr. Morg. Pretty good carrier. Pretty it's like there's no messing around, but then the ball and chain randomly gets skulls when it randomly attempts to hit someone. So another immediate turnover. Surrounding, we're able to get 1 dice on Morg here. Bam. Teleporting through his crotch. We do eventually, after a surprisingly large amount of faff, get onto the ball. And from this position, as you can see, they were threatening the ball from the off, but still in that position when they were going after the kick, and they were immediately able to get off the ball with a 1-0 victory as well. Another bad kick-off event for the Goblins as the pogoer and anyone apart from Morg remotely close to that ball goes down. We do get the chasing that you expect. We do get some We do get some covering back up to it and trying to move around, but it is not what you would want, and those High Elves are swarming. We get an immediate lightning bolt from the stadium on Morg, who has picked up the ball, and from here we can just that helps with the injury. Get in, clean up from the bolted Morg, and well, hopefully pick up and see what's going on. They are in tackle zones. As he's going to require some moves, but it's picked up. We get the dodge, and we run it home. And indeed, I love that juke through back to be protected. We head back in right at the end, and we see bang, bam. We see that big foul. Doesn't do anything, but we then attempt to do some lovely shenanigans as they've got to pick it up. Look. Stick the landing. No, it can bounce though. We do have just that ball there. However, boom. There was a little bit of people forward, and that's all you need.
Jesus. Half time.
And that first one, bam. Just showing the kick here because I've not seen the pogo do it before. Just hit it with a little stick. That's quite good. But we do go into the second half. And I don't know what the Goblins were hoping for, but it wasn't a touchback. As you can see, I wonder what it is there. Oop, drunk on the camera. And I wonder what they can possibly be planning. Yeah, as we can see.
Is he going to do a one-sider just to show off, is he?
Who knows? Who possibly knows? We're going to see a little bit of positioning here, and we are going to see a big old blitz. Leaping over from the back. It can only be. We get the push. We are able to triple our way one step forward. With a lot of other goblins around, we can do some pushing.
He messed that up, didn't he? That.
Yeah, I'm not the best one turner, as I'm sure you know. So I'm keeping it all here just in case I've missed something obvious. I think there's been a potential ability to move forward. But let's see. Yeah, we can just get through those tackle zones. Who cares? Can they make it all the way? Of course they can. They go 4-0 up in 9 turns. That is a lot. Bam. Moving over, we do attempt to see this leap here as we're getting around the back for this potential counterplay. Doing damage to Pogo, who once again had managed to pick up the ball and move forward, as is the Kianda way. And usually it goes well, and that's once again a pretty decent scatter. There's not much done about it, although we can start to get some bodies a little bit close. Do get some dodging round the back. I do forget quite how long and rangy these high elf lanes are. And it goes to also show what I know, because looking relatively safe, no, just able to scoop it up.
Hard to play against.
It's hard to play against. KOing Cultist 3. Goblins unable to get it back. And right through. 5-0. We do see a bit of goblin play here. It is turn 15. We are able to get it, pass it, and move all the way back. I wonder if the elves are going to be able to do anything about it. They do get the blitz. They're able to get the support through, but it's only pushes. And bang! Taking the devils both down there, taking yourself out, but also taking out the goblin, making it go for it to get that there and back.
That's 2 days to score.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to go for it. They don't care as much about scoring as they do about doing some damage, though. And they're able to get an injury on lightning. Only a badly hurt, so okay.
Oh.
Do have the reroll though, that is from tackle. It's picked. And for pride, the goblins come through and are able to get... that's a huge scoreline, obviously. I'm sure many people have seen it on the forum, on the Discord. It was just quite a lot. So many SPP. In terms of level ups, though, shockingly, Supremacy did not get any. In terms of the next match, they've got no injuries either. Hammer's coming back, the rookie lineman. But in terms of level ups, we did see some on the gobs. As you saw, Cultist 38 getting an injury, and in terms of level ups, it was in fact Cultist 38, number 15, who did in fact get that level up, as you can see, 8 SPP, but has not been given the skill yet. So I'm sure we're waiting to see, what they're going to give for the next season. I'm sure, since they're going to be missing next week. Yeah, so big scoreline there for the Elves. I don't think anyone predicted that one.
No.
Okay.
No one went for 5-1. Pretty sure.
Went for 5-1. So next up, I think, was the Chaos Dwarves versus the Elves. Is that right? So we're going to stick with Elven action. No, that's wrong. That's my next one. Your next one is Grim Tales versus the VDC.
You got it. So
that's right.
Grim Tale 2180, VDC without their Killer Wolf 1700. They take Cheney, Hack, a Wizard, and Babes. Let's see if they can do anything with that. So, first match of the season without one of their brilliant wolves, and that's a good kick from the Noble in Sweltering. Cheney lasted long. So X4 will pass the red, he has to do the blitzing, and he's got to do the ball carrier as well. So I think it's going to be too much for him to deal with. Brilliant choice.
Get through.
Yeah.
Does need to dodge.
Now he can just run through. When I first see it, I was like, I bolted the wrong person, but then it all makes sense as he plays it through, and good play. Oh, go for it. One. And he stays up. I waited and waited, and I could see some action going on elsewhere. So, why not put the boot in? That's what they're there for. As you can see, there's one already off the pitch. So we've got Flesh Golem out for the second half, and we've got one Wolf on the pitch. So it's going to be hard. I'll change that for the mix of it. It's going to be hard for him to actually put any muscle in, really. It's a case of just trying to get the ball and run away with it from perspective. From Noble's point of view, they're just going to do what they've done all season. Just pick up the ball, work behind the wall and move slowly up the pitch. Fletcher gets in there with his claws, but didn't do any damage. So turn 14, ball's on the halfway line, and Noble are slow. So have they done enough? We'll find out. It's all to do with getting chained off the ball, I think. Which happens. So are they going to try to do some throwing play, or are they going to try to pick it up and do some running play? There's a big corridor on that right hand side if they can get the ball. Yeah, it's like
Been to leave the tentacle guy next to him.
All or nothing by the looks of it. So as you can see, he's broke through, it's turn 15, and that doesn't help. And that doesn't help either. Yeah. So it was a comfortable second half for Grim, I would say. They weren't really going to push for a 2-1 victory. I think the taking the 1-0 draw was the right choice for them. So level ups, we have nothing. Oh yeah, we got a level up for VDC.
Okay. Well, in terms of Grim Tail, Death's Messenger is missing the next game. Other than that, no real injuries.
That's a big player to miss on your last.
They lose a rotter as well. They might have lost a rotter, or they might have just fired one.
Oh, okay.
Compared to last week.
That's a big player to lose for your last game of the season, though.
It's not the one you want. Not the one you want to lose.
Yeah.
They took a bit of a kick in, didn't they?
They did, yeah. So VDC. One good thing is that they're going to get them players back if they make it to the playoffs or the CC. So all to play for in this last final week, I would say, for them.
Yeah, so that's the movement busted Flesh Column out for the last match of the season, and the Blodge White. You did mention there was a level up, though.
Yeah, that was... my goal was better. First level up, it's a goal.
Okay.
Number
was better. Oh, sure hands. Yeah.
Sure hands, yeah.
Sure. Makes sense to me. Now, the thing I mildly spoiled because I was reading through my own notes, which only have my matches on them, it is the Hat-Tricks versus Sabretooth Vag 3.0. So the Chorfs versus the Wood Elves. The TVs were 1670 for the Hat-Tricks, 1800 for the Wood Elves. Hat-Tricks taking a wizard, but the Sabretooth Vages getting +1 fame. Let's see how well that works. So you see Wood Elves starting with a kill. And another blitz. Let's see if they are able to make as good on it as the High Elves were earlier.
They should be able to get some players under the ball, surely.
I do like this blitz target. Straight takes him out with the War Dancer and marks up rather than going for the ball straight away, because you know you've got other people who can kind of get really wrapping around and getting to it. But The wizard gets used immediately, turn 1, and gets the KO, forced into it from that blitz kickoff result. You've got to be kicking yourself with your Chaos Dwarves having to be using it that early. But you have been able to regain control at this point. It's the right usage, I think. And with Snide Mike having made that thing, he was, of course, a little bit, not exposed, but, you know, in the thick of it. And, of course, that's always the risk. You get a bit of protection here as the cage moves up the left-hand side of the pitch. Boof. And we just do a little bit of clearage as we can. We're moving to where the Wood Elves aren't here, but with War Dancers they can be wherever they like to be. Going uphill, re-rolls the skull, does get the push. That is not enough to actually fall the desperation leap play there. Does put yourself at risk. Boost. Will it work for you? Oh, that's not, my friend. That is both War Dancers injured, and that is not. That's a niggling injury as well. That is not a situation you want to be in. That was a very expensive uphill block. A very expensive push result.
So 8 squares to score.
That's funny. With Go For It's 8 squares is what he's got. But wants to do a little bit of damage here first. With the War Dancers out, you've got to be thinking. I do quite like this diagonal funnel for the ball. There's something very satisfying about that particular position. Just going up through that little slot. And yeah, we move into the second half with the Wood Elves getting the ball, sticking back, and going to some lovely passing play. Hitting through, we've seen a little bit of action here, but you knew how rangy these elves are. They are able to get very, very, very far into the Chaos Dwarves, and they can't really catch up with them, as you can see, by this attempted counter play. We see the elves tree deciding, you know what, pal, that's fine. You can go and do what you like. As we see, almost not the immediate scoring that you might expect, like a little bit of a stall, as you can see, holding up here as much as possible. Just trying to make sure the Councils don't get enough time for that counter score, and leaping all the way into the front row, it would seem. They go for that thing, and as we can see, the Chaos Dwarves are able to take advantage of those key positions, being able to push up the side of the pitch, doing some injuries on the way, but it is getting quite close in terms of timings. That was a very well thought out stall, but will it be enough? We're going to move through once again. Crunch.
Nice.
Mostly put that in for the animation, which I've not seen, and we see another desperation uphill blocking ball carrier, but unsurprisingly enough, it did not do it, and yeah, just able to be clear out, and that Hobgoblin can run that ball home for a 2-1 victory for the Hat-Tricks.
I like your edit in there, where you just showed the hit from the Chaos Dwarf. I like that. That's good. Rather than showing the whole clip, you just showed him getting whacked off the ball, making it easy for the other guy to score.
Something I probably should have done on some of those earlier clips. Now I'm thinking about it.
It takes time, man.
It does take time. I was getting distracted. But anyway, level ups for the Hat-Tricks. We saw number 7, Igor Hatless, got a level up and has taken guard on top of that Mighty Blow and Claw. And we're back up to a full complement of blockers and an additional little Hobgoblin to round out that bench. For the Sabres, they also got a level up. Number 4, Elegant Auguste, who has been fired because of the injury, presumably. Snide Mike still being kept. And yeah, that was a very, very costly thing. Elegant Auguste being replaced with Odorous Richard. Kodrin, missing next match. Snide Mike missing next match. Really, really costly match for the Wood Elves, this one. Really costly.
Yeah, that's what chores do to you.
That's what chores do to you. And last up for you, I think it was another Elven match. We've got
Proud Women and Sit Down Boys, yeah. So, Proud Women, 1560 Amazons. Sit Down Boys, 1530. But that 1530 does come with 3 loaners as well. So, the Amazons took a bribe and had a loaner themselves. Let's see how they get on. So 11 versus 11, no subs, and that's quite angry, isn't it? Straight away, we see Emma Watson, 2. She seems to get floored every week, doesn't she?
MNG.
Yeah. And the Amazons are quite an aggressive Amazon team, and as you can see, just on your top left there, that is the best thrower in the league. He doesn't need to be anywhere near anybody to throw the ball on a 2+, does he?
Nope.
So he can just sit back, stay out the game, not get hurt. His teammates. Johnson.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh. Strength 4 he is. That's worth appoing.
Strength down into movement down. You'll take the movement. You'll probably still keep the person.
Yeah, I think on a foul as well. So, are we about to see the worst throw in the game by the best thrower? We are. And it really caught him off guard. And this turns all from that failed throw, that snowcard throw that was turns into just a bloodbath. So we've seen one get taken down. We get another one that's fouled and taken out the game. He's a good player as well. Good to him. Yeah. And then you see another guy that I just missed. He was a loner. And then collect the ball and run completely the wrong way. Not interested in scoring, just interested in hurting people.
Well, presumably to get further away from the ball, right?
Yeah, true. But that's 3 casualties then. Oh, and there's still another hit to go. 3 casualties from that fouled throw.
I quite like that running back, actually. You are closer to the rest of the team. I wouldn't have done it. The more I look at it, the more I think that was quite
There's a fourth one. The bench is getting bad. I like the way he leaves his best thrower in the corner there. So he's thinking that the crowd love him so much that they won't mighty blow him. So he's better off getting pushed off the pitch than taking a mighty blow hit. Makes sense. Big old injury chart there, isn't there? So we are in the second half. We have 7, 8, 9 Amazons against 4, and you're back in the corner over there. So this was just obviously just a massive beating. Lord Fluoride stayed in that corner, just not interested in playing this game. The girls weren't playing very nice at all. Just pushing off the pitch. Now, does he get injured? No.
No, he's just crowd surfing around, I'm sure.
So they're 1-0 up, and this must be a go for it. And they're just making sure that any stray bounces could lead to a score there. So 2-0, high kick, and there's still 4 players. And Lord Fluoride is hiding in the corner again. They do make a little try to get a score. They're just so heavily outnumbered, it's only ever going to result in one thing happening. Oh, look, send the mighty blow tackle guy after Fluoride.
Oh, wow. It's an absolute mugging.
Yeah. He can't run off the pitch, he's got to be pushed off the pitch. So, will he just throw it into the corner? He does. And that's a great throw, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly how
it is. Yeah, so 4 turns to go. This is that was a side stepper. That's why he had to get surrounded, to get pushed off.
Second time we've seen this in this many weeks. Love to see it. Oof, but you know, I'm not looking like there's many elves around, my friend. It's not looking like there's many elves around at all.
My screen's paused.
Yes, it's because the video is paused.
Ah.
Oh, I think because that's as much video as left. I think.
Okay, something went wrong there.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up getting another touchdown, so it was just a massive beating for the Pro Elves. I didn't check to see if there's any level ups. I got no notes on level up, so I don't know if there was or wasn't.
Yeah, just having a quick look here. Obviously, Emma Watson's going to be missing the next match. Does not seem to be any level ups for the Proud Women, although they've brought an additional person in for the bench. Bloody hell.
Look at that.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 players for the next game. And Mr. Novivo's playing. He's the one that near enough gets spanked every week, isn't he?
That's rough.
So, interesting.
Indeed. Well, finally, let's see if this has got my good editing or my bad editing in it. It's the Haikus versus the Uruk Haikus versus the Imperishable Four. It was 21-30 for the Orcs versus 15-20 for TI4, who took a wizard, a bribe, Hack and Slash, who's the chainsaw, Setek, who's the Juggernaut strip ball, and yeah, let us go to see. Yeah, we start off with a little pick, as you can see, and yeah, Uruk Haikus getting a lovely expert win. As you can go from the scrimmage line, immediately killing a wrestle dodge tackle player. I think the Apo was used, but it was still a not great injury. We'll see when we get to the end of the match, but still not what you want to see. As we see, another injury, kicking him out, hits Mario 2, taking that injury, a smash hit to movement allowance. Henry just getting into a right slugfest. No, they kept the death on the previous one. I stand corrected. And the Khemri are able to just get round. One Orc Blitzer is able to loop around, but only get the push on the one dice, and he's in a very long position. Khemri are able to stall out, as you can see, to make sure that downed Orc Blitzer gets a good view of the touchdown. We move into the second half, and Orcs with a ball, doing what Orcs do, doing the Orcish drive, very similar to the kind of play that TI4 will make in their own play. But they have a wizard, they use it, they down the troll, they get an injury on Leaf on the Wind.
Oh, Legend Gobbo.
Napode to join the substitutes. I think that was Napode from Badly Hurt as well. And the ball is opened up. Henry get around and start putting some tackles overs on it. A really stupid from the troll doesn't help. And, well, let's see if these Orcs can get inspiration from the elves they've been seeing a little bit, but not quite.
He had to surf him.
He had to surf him because, as we saw, he'd gone around. We've got to go for the reroll. Oh no! They've got a lifeline. They've got an absolute lifeline. Let's see if it can work out for them with that reroll.
Can he catch it? No.
He cannot, unfortunately.
Oh, he should be able to score next turn, though.
Well, first he can get up off the ground. For a one dice blitz.
Oh dear. You son of a high kicko.
Only badly hurt. But unable to get round and really recover it too badly. But that is absolutely not what they start off with, but is what they needed for the second half. Will they be able to just run up and pick it up? You've got to want to, and you can do it. Henry just not able to get enough people around the back to close up that defence there. But they've got a few turns. Not the fastest teams, but they are able to slowly drive forward to see if they can do something about it. Orcs, bang. They are down quite a few people themselves, and they're just having some difficulty. And this is not helping Gopher is just trying to get onto the ball. Let's see.
Oh, picking on the goblin again. Apo gone.
Apo gone.
Oh no.
No, just making you sweat. Okay. Just making you sweat. Let's see if the trip roll is in effect. It is not, and at the very last second, Khemri able to come through for the winning touchdown. 2-1s to TI4. For the Haikus, they are going to be missing with a movement bust. Kicking Moutho hit Morio, which is very much not what they were looking forward to moving into their next match. Elsewise, Hiroki Sato got a level up, has taken the classic wrestle to go with Dirty Player. TI, and they will be missing, of course, the person we just mentioned. TI4 going in, no injuries. Regen, I can't recall if it was regens or just no injuries, but regardless, they are moving full strength into that last match. They did get a level up. Ramsey's not keeping track, gets a double and gets block. So immediately, losing that really takes a sting out of losing a mummy when the replacement gets a block, gets a double straight away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose there's only one more thing for it.
Look, two blocked Tomb Guardians. Two of them would move up as well. They're looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a definitely interesting looking Camry team that I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. So this is it, the penultimate state of the leaderboard. Everyone has played 12 points, and it is still shockingly close.
Wow.
Mad Frog has guaranteed a place in either the playoffs or the Challengers Cup. There's no way that they can drop down low enough. Hellenic technically could get bumped, but it is unlikely. It is going to be very interesting to see because it is completely everyone who yes, Filippo and Barzerk handily in the Challengers Cup cutoff, but could both easily make it up to the playoffs cutoff themselves, and all the way down to Halab. 18s would need a turnaround on touchdown differential, but all the way down to 7th is the way that you could make it into some kind of post-season tournament. So that is incredible to be keeping up like that right up until the very, very, very end.
So while you've got the league table up, I've got the on my phone here. I've got the schedule for the last week. We've got Warriors of Coney Island and Proud Women. Mm-hmm. So they're both in with a shout, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a great game to watch.
Absolutely.
Hat Tricks and Uruk Haikus. So.
Hat Tricks are currently trying to maintain their Challengers Cup position. If they could get two goals up, and Hellenic for some reason was to go, Barzerk was to go 2 goals down, that could become very interesting. In fact.
Yeah.
Oh, and did you say it was the Haikus versus Hat Tricks?
Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting because if that's a 2-0 victory for the Haikus, they will literally still. Well, it will be even further tiebreakers if they can go two. They can go 2 touchdowns up, ideally 3 touchdowns up. That's going to be
cracking game. That'll be
cracking game.
And then we got Grimtail and Imperishable 4. So Grimtail, they are 6th.
Sixth. So a win here for them. Imperishable 4, despite a strong showing this week, out of contention for postseason, but you know they're going to be up for a fight still. So, and as you said, they're going to have to protect that postseason position as best they can. Their opponents.
Next game, Supremacy versus the 4 elves of the Sit Down Boys. So, a lot of inducements, a lot of loners on the pitch. Okay.
That's certainly going to be an interesting match to see as well.
And then we got Acrobata.
A lot of inducements. Who knows what could happen? That might look on the surface like one thing, but anyway, yeah, go on.
It could be completely different, eh? Yeah, Acrobata and Sabretooth Fadge. Neither of them are in contention, are they?
No, but you know they're both going to be up for it. They're both looking to go out on a high at the end of this season.
Tasty Tunes and Dead Corpses.
Corpses have the potential to move up into playoffs contention if they win that match, and so you know they're going to be going all out.
And where are Tasty Tunes? Are they're just outside? They can't.
They're just outside.
Okay. And then we got Umville and Trusting Gob, which would be a cracking game, I'm sure.
It will be a cracking game. Not affecting quite as much stuff in the rest of the division in terms of the table, but once again, you know it's going to be a good match.
I was going to say, because I've got next week off, I might do some extended highlights of the games I'm doing. We'll see, especially the ones that are fighting for the playoffs, etc.
Yeah, especially that Haiku's hat tricks is an absolute grudge match.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Warriors of Coney Island, they're in for a shout. They're fifth and they're playing second, so that's going to be a great game as well.
Like if they could pull it off, that's very, very impressive. And they can get through. And if we could see. I don't think we couldn't see a completely different top four because it's only 7, but close.
Warriors need to win 3-0 to make a difference.
Yes, or I think something might happen if it's 2-0. I don't know if it's randomized or secondary.
Oh no, the Warriors are 5 touchdowns.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, so it has to be 3-0. Yeah,
absolutely.
All right.
So we've kind of given you a sneak preview there, but we should go through the prediction scores from this week. I actually beat you in the week to week on this one for once.
Well done.
Hey. Yeah, because you would have equaled it if you'd got that match in. It would have been equal. You would have won 1 point from it if we remember what you said at the end of last week. Coach Cool did well. Mad Frog, cracking week. Brain Laws doing okay. Hellenic, another cracking week. Kianda, Barzerk, Logics. Nick 9 is good for Dr. Nick with 9. That's so many people are doing so well. Filippo and Innovation. Yeah, Filippo, another good week. Right at the top, the Dr. Nick moving ahead at the end, as I think probably got out of reach of you, Rob, but Hellenic could still catch up. Barzerk potentially, Coach Cool potentially, but the Dr. Nick looking like they might be running home. At the bottom, I am not at the bottom. However, I'm...
Scroll up a bit because our image is in the way again.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, at the bottom. That's 49 for me.
And 39 for Fernlow.
39 for Fernlow,
okay.
Yeah, there you go. A bit of a better vision at the end. So it looks like I'm going to be doing horrible shots.
And you see how nasty they are on Discord.
No, I haven't. Have people said... What have they said?
They want you to do heroin. They're obviously mucking about. But... It'll
be horrible shots of a type that I'm able to scavenge from our local shop. But there you go.
There was a really good drink that was mentioned. When I find it, I'll send it over to you.
Right. I might not be able to get it. Those are the things.
If you can, it's worth a try.
All right.
But, it's got some good reviews. All right, so next week's game.
I don't trust that last comment at all. It's got some good reviews. For what purpose?
It sounds a really nice drink. I'm actually thinking of getting some myself.
Okay.
I've never heard of it before, but it seems to be quite nice.
I've not heard of this thing. We're going to go through next week's match. So this is our last set of predictions. Thank you for everyone for helping with the... I can never see exactly who it is for doing it, but thank you for filling in the scores throughout the week. Thank you for doing it in a set, like not filling in the matches when it was like admin ones, so it didn't go through to the points. It's all very much appreciated. Thank you, everyone. I hope it's been fun. There will be
that's probably somebody at the top of the leaderboard, I would say. That's my guess, anyway.
Quite possibly. Yes, there will be a prize. I have not heard if the cup has got to the last winner yet because of all of the general situation, but I am chasing it up. I'm still sort of chasing Metal up about. I need to give him money for that, but I think it's been posted still. So there will be some kind of prize, possibly even a choice of prize for whoever wins next week. But before we can get there, we need to say what those predicted scores are. So first up, the Warriors of Coney Island versus Proud Women. I've gone for 1-0. Sorry, yeah?
Did you notice that I did my week 13 games last week? Because I just didn't want to drop any points whatsoever. So last week when I filled it in, I did actually 2 weeks worth, just to make double sure. So you've gone for the chaos in this one?
I've gone for the chaos on this one. I think the Warriors of Coney Island are gonna be looking to get that victory. I don't know if I think the Proud Women are gonna be able to hold them off somewhat. But yeah, I think the Warriors are gonna just get that last minute push at the end.
I can see it being a tight game myself, and I got a feeling that the Warriors are going to be forced into some play, and it's
Mm,
not going to come off, which is why I've gone in for a 2-0.
sure.
So I really like that Amazon team. I've been playing Amazons myself in Division 3 and failing miserably, and seeing another Amazon team do so well is I've said it before. I'm impressed, and I've been enjoying watching your games.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Hat Tricks versus the Uruk Haikus. We've both gone for 2-1, but the other way around. I've gone for a 2-1 for the Uruk Haikus. So the win, but not enough touchdown difference to potentially get through. I've gone for the heartbreaker result there. What about yourself?
Close game, and it's going. I thought it's going to be 2-1, and I went for the hat tricks, but it could go either way. So that'd be an interesting one for the leaderboard for us next week.
Mm-hmm. We've got Grimtail versus Imperishable 4. I've gone 2-1 for Grimtail. I just think they're going to have, I think they've got a nice pedigree to them, and I'm just going to give them the edge. Could be a very close game, but I just think they're probably going to be wanting it a little bit more.
Yeah, I looked at it as these are two very good defensive teams, and I think they're going to just shut each other out. That's the way I see it. So that's why I went for the 0-0.
So I suppose the question with your choices for the next match is, which one of the sit-down boys do you think is not going to score? Because you've gone 4-3 for Supremacy versus sit-down boys.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement.
Well,
I think I might have discovered a flaw in your do this last week plan, to be honest with you, my friend.
The thrower never scores, so it's going to be the other three.
It's going to be the other three. You know what? I was trying to sass you, but you came back with a very valid response there. That was... You know what?
Yeah, fair play. Yeah, high scoring game is going to be like crazy game, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you've gone for 3-1?
I've gone for 3-1. Yeah, I actually did this before I saw that result and came back to change this, but then didn't change it because I thought 3-1 was probably right.
Supremacy have got such a good team that they could do quite well in the playoffs. I'm fully expecting them to make the playoffs. They're not guaranteed, are they? They're guaranteed Challengers Cup, aren't they?
They're guaranteed Challengers Cup, but they would, if they can win this match, and no disrespect to the sit-down boys, but you've only got 4 players left. So I don't... Like, if you can pull it off, absolute fair play. Absolute fair play. But I have to give the advantage to Supremacy in this one, and 3-1 seemed fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Mad Frog if he does make it to the playoffs. I'll definitely watch every game. But it's 2 seasons now we've covered his games, so
yeah. Well, we might be streaming, right?
Oh, we might be, yeah. Definitely like early rounds if it's going to be anything.
Yeah, we'll probably get squeezed out by competent streamers later on. But we'll certainly, you know how it is. There's a lot of matches up for streaming through in those early matches, and we've finally got a streaming setup that might work, so that's always useful. 2.5 seconds delay I've got on this. That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous delay between our two microphones. Apologies for those early. Before I fixed that, if there was early crosstalk on those early episodes, but 2.5 seconds.
We're not talking brain to mouth, are we? We're talking mouth to PC.
Well, I have that too, but anyway, enough of our technical difficulties. Outdoor Acrobata versus Sabertooth Vag. I've gone for a draw here.
Okay, yeah. I've just gone for a high scoring one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know with these two teams. They can be crazy good or crazy bad, can't they?
Well, they can always be crazy interesting. Likewise with Tasty Churns versus VDC, I've gone 2-1 for the VDC. As have you.
Yeah, we copied each other. Yeah. I can see the Wolf wanting revenge, sitting out a game. He's going to come back and be hungry for blood.
Absolutely.
And the last,
sorry, go on.
Unveil and Trusting Gob. Entertainment I can see coming. I can see this being a fantastic game. And I hope they both score and get plenty of deaths if that's what they're after.
I've gone 2-1. I think Umvelt will just, as you say, it'll be an entertaining match. But I think Umvelt are also a relatively low TV team. Is that right? I can't recall.
Yeah, so not too much inducement for either of them.
Yeah, and it's not in the Goblin home stadium either. So I've gone 2-1 for them. I think if they could Umvelt. We've talked a lot about Coach Cool. Umvelt, they lost a lot of matches because of admin stuff. But, you know, I think they're also a very underrated team, so I'm looking for them to take that win right in the end.
Yeah. So that's all for me. That's all, folks.
And we will see you for the final 3B show on the pitch.